Hi, I'm Dr. Ellen Storm, organiser of the Welsh Fruit Festival. It's quite late on a Sunday night, but I just wanted to pop on and talk about something that has been kind of going through my head all through today since I saw a post on Instagram by the Vegan Wellness Retreat, which is the sort of informally known as the Michigan Fruit Festival. And I've never been to the Michigan Fruit Festival. I've heard about it. I've seen lots of their posts on social media. And I had always understood that they were a raw vegan event. And what they posted this morning was pictures of cooked food, various types of cooked food that they serve, including potatoes, beans and oatmeal, those being the main things. There was a salad with a kind of like bean thing in the centre, and then some green salad and tomatoes and things around the edge, and then there was like a porridgey type thing with some like a little pot of fruit just at the back, which you will put on top of your porridge, some berries and stuff like that. So I have thought quite carefully about the food that we will be serving at the Welsh Fruit Festival, and had quite a lot of conversations with different people at this point in time by now about the sort of food that people want. And I think that we are, as a group, quite clear that the Welsh Fruit Festival is going to be a completely 100% raw vegan event. That means that all the food that's served there is going to be uncooked. We're calling it a fruit festival, so we'll be majoring on fruit. It's August, that shouldn't be too difficult. It's going to be one of the hottest, hopefully, fingers crossed, times of the year, weeks of the year. So that should make it easy for people to eat lots of fruit and salad, even if that's not something that you're perhaps doing in your daily life all the time, or you're not used to, or maybe you're coming to try it out for the very first time. But I have had people also say to me, oh, it would be easier for me if there was, maybe just some brown rice or something like that, or some baked potatoes, carbohydrate mainly, cooked carbohydrates, oats, those sorts of things. And I think particularly in our current climate, shall we say, the idea of whole food plant-based is very, very strong and very popular. And the cooked carbohydrate crowd is also quite vocal. And there are different groups and people with different beliefs. But we exist to help you to learn about and experience firsthand the benefits, the health benefits of a raw, fruit-based, raw vegan diet. And we believe, myself and the other people who are helping me to organise the Welsh Fruit Festival, we believe that that way of eating is the best, and people get incredible results. They feel amazing. You will feel amazing. But it takes time. You can't come on a one-day raw food event having eaten a big cooked meal the night before and go home feeling amazing, because that's not the way it works. And I would say, really, in my experience, you need a good 12 days of eating raw before you start to level off and feel really, really good and really feel the benefits. Up to that point, your body is in transition, and there is a metabolic transition that takes place. I don't think our bodies are very good at mixing and matching cooked and raw food. They need different things to handle these different things. Our intestines, our gastrointestinal tract needs different microorganisms. The microbiome is different. You just digest them differently. And I also think, it's to do with the things that are in cooked food and the way those things interact with the receptors on the surfaces of our cells. Now, for some people, they talk about an addictive process, and it may be, and it may be that there are addictive things in cooked food that we need to kind of clear out of our system, that we go through a sort of withdrawal process for a few days. There's also a change in our digestion, so it becomes more efficient and things move through us more quickly. Yes, they do. That can be problematic if you're quite bunged up, a bit constipated, and then you come and eat loads of raw food. You might get some tummy ache, you might get some bloating. We don't want that to happen to you. So I will be doing some online sessions before the event so that we can kind of start to talk about some of those things and maybe prepare. Everyone can prepare themselves in whatever way they decide to do it. The Welsh Fruit Festival is 7 days. I actually don't think that's long enough. 2 weeks would be better. If you did it for 2 weeks, you would really, really go home knowing how this diet can make you feel, having cleaned your system out from cooked food entirely. And there's a commitment involved in that. You do have to decide to do it. You're going to give this to yourself and come and have that experience. The Vegan Wellness Retreat, I understand that it's a very good event. I might go sometime. And they want to sell tickets and they want to get and be inclusive and get people in through the door. Get all that. They're only 4 nights as well. It's quite short. So if you want to run an event and you want to bring people in to experience raw food, but you don't want them to just feel ill for 3 days and then go home again, one way to perhaps manage that situation is to provide them with some cooked food, I guess. It may just be a demand issue, in the sense that people want it, and if they have it, and if that's what people want, then they'll sell more tickets. Maybe it's just that. Maybe it's that simple. I don't know. But I also think what you're not doing in 4 days when you're eating some raw food and some cooked food is you're not making that transition. You're not even intending to make that transition. You're sort of just coming, trying out, tasting a few things, trying a bit of this and that, and then you go home again, and you haven't shifted your metabolism completely. So you could probably just go home and carry on doing what you were doing before. You had a nice time. Yeah, we all had a party. Okay, so Welsh Fruit Festival is about having some fun in the sun, having a really great time. It's the summer, we're on holiday, we want to have a bit of a party together and do all of the fun stuff. But there is an underlying serious side to it. And certainly for me, I'm a medical doctor. Health is my thing. It's what I'm about, I am doing this because I believe that this is an incredibly powerful therapeutic modality for a whole range of what very common conditions, and some of them very serious, that really, really destroy people's lives. And I feel very passionate about that. But you do have to give it time, commit, go through that process of whether you call it detox, whether it's withdrawal, whether it's metabolic shift, whichever way you want to kind of, it's probably a bit of all of those things, if I'm honest. I don't think we really know. We don't really know what's happening on a molecular and cellular level, because there's not something that's been like studied hugely. So yeah, so I hope that makes sense, and I hope that I have explained why we are doing what we're doing, the way that we're doing it, why we have to make the decisions that we have made. It hopefully is a space for people who are already raw vegans and who want to come on holiday and be able to eat all the food. Also a space for people who are in the process of transition, come and maybe experience what it's like to do it 100% for a week when maybe you've not been doing that. So that's one way, to think about it. And it also for someone, who might just be trying it for the first time, not sure what you're going to experience, not sure whether you want to do it for the rest of your life or not. You don't have to know that. You don't, you just come to kind of try something out, try something new, get the experience that you get. And that's absolutely valid. You are welcome, whichever of those categories you fall into, and we would love to see you. But I think it is important to understand that we feel quite strongly that this is a almost sacred bubble, those of us who are, raw, 100% raw, or trying to be 100% raw in a completely non-raw world. It's very rare. We don't have that experience. I certainly don't in my life. Nobody else in my family, none of my work colleagues, nobody I know in my kind of immediate circles is even attempting to eat this way. Don't even recognize it as a good idea, let alone trying to do it. And just, it's really precious to have that time and be with other people who do and are. For me, it's absolutely invaluable. It has been for, the best part of the last decade, really. And knowing that you can go and you can eat everything, and you're not going to be battling, you're not going to be smelling cooked food, you're not going to be, tempted or that. And the messages are just clear, it's I suppose when I looked at the picture, particularly the beans for some reason, but there was a picture and it was a plate of salad and it just had the beans in the middle. And I'm quite interested in what pictures say to us, what, without words. And that's a picture that said to me, the beans are the center, the beans are the middle, they're the main thing. And the same with the porridge a little bit, like the oats are the main thing, and then you've just got your little bowl of fruit at the back there that you can sprinkle on the top. But most of your calories in that is coming from oats, not from fruit. In the salad, most of your calories are actually coming from beans. And if you're getting all those calories from beans, you just have that little side salad. And that's not what we're about. That's not what we teach. We talk about getting all of your calories from salad. You need to eat I can't even do it, really big bowl of salad. You've got to sit down. You've got to take the time to eat it. So yeah, it is important that we tell the truth, stick to our guns about the message that we want to give out, that we want to teach, I want you to understand. Because otherwise we're just doing more of the same. And we're not offering anything different, and we're not offering anything special, and we should be, because raw food is special and different and amazing and worth every tiny bit of effort. Really worth it. So I think that's all I have to say. Yeah. Come. We would ask you to, if you're not raw, but you're interested, just to respect that sacred bubble. Come and be in it with us for a week. And see where you go. Might never look back.